right, everybody, welcome to the next episode of The Wind Down. This is not a take two. I did not have any technical difficulties. I am here with a very special guest, Dysmo. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great, man. How are you?
Well, hopefully this will be recording.
Take two.
Yeah. Did you bring your favorite drink?
Water.
Liquid Death. I actually have a question about Liquid Death.
Yeah.
It's just water, right?
It's literally just water. I got stopped at the gym one day. They came up to me because a lady told one of the staff that I was drinking. I believe they were saying it was Miller Lite, like alcohol. And they just came over to check that I wasn't drinking alcohol in the gym. And I was just like, no, it's just water.
So in 10 seconds, can you tell me what you do?
I make YouTube videos playing Call of Duty. That's about it.
Taking it back to the very start, what was your first game that you could not put down?
It was Halo. Yeah, Halo 2 to be exact. Back when I was, I think 7 or 8. I don't know how many years that came out, but I remember being obsessed just playing Lone Wolf, which was the ranked free-for-all mode. And I would just play it nonstop every single day. If my dad or my parents had a party and had their friends over, I'd be that annoying little 8-year-old challenging them to 1v1s, and I'd just get demolished. But because I thought I was better than what I actually was. But it was definitely Halo 2.
So what actually made you want to start content creation in the first place? Why did you start?
So it was a mixture of, I would watch people like Soda Poppin stream games early on in Twitch, like World of Warcraft, which is a game I still play nowadays. But I'd watch them stream, and I always thought that'd be a cool thing, but I never took it seriously. And then after I graduated high school, I was in college my first year, had no idea what I wanted to do. And then, after I graduated, I was like, I'm just gonna try this. I didn't have a good enough internet at the time to stream, so I was just like, we'll switch from Twitch to YouTube. And I was like, what games am I good at? I picked Call of Duty. I said if Black Ops 3 was a good game and I liked it, I'd get back into Call of Duty because I hadn't played COD in 3 years. Fell in love with Black Ops 3, and then I just went with it.
What actually intrigued you about Call of Duty from the start when you first started playing it to how it has evolved now?
Honestly, I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't really know what intrigued me about it the most. I think it was just fun. I just had a lot of fun playing those video games. I remember I got into playing video games because of my dad. He would have me play with him, and we'd be split screening on Halo, split screening Gears of War, Call of Duty. When World at War came out and they dropped the zombies, we'd be playing together until 11, 12 o'clock at night. I just loved just how much fun it was, and unlike other people who wanted to go outside and go play and all that stuff, I was fine chilling inside and just playing Call of Duty. It was just a fun game. It's good way to I met a lot of good friends, became really close with a lot of people in school because of it. And so I don't know, I think it was just fun. At the start, it was 100% purely because the games were new and fun and I wanted to play them.
Yeah.
Now it's evolved more so to a content creation aspect where it's what am I having fun making content on? And that's one of the main things. If I'm having fun making content, I'll have fun playing the game at the end. Because for me, it just goes content creation, then actual playing and so forth, which could be backwards. It probably should be playing then content creation, but I just love making videos. So literally, if the game is good and fun for content creation, the game is good and fun for me.
So at what point did you actually decide to entirely switch up the style of your content, going from strictly gameplay to now content creation and personality-based content?
So I started studying a lot of people as I started to grow, and I started seeing this is just a lot of factors, but the longevity of being a creator. And I've always noticed there's more longevity when someone's able to build a personal attachment to the creator they watch. And I felt I could do that better by being just me instead of worrying about if I'm dropping a nuke every single video, if I'm top of the leaderboards, getting crazy gameplays, that and just all the stress that comes with worrying about being so good. You hold a level of standard. I remember there was times where in Black Ops 4, I deleted videos where I died on a 28 kill streak because I was 2 kills off of a nuke. and I just wanted that stupid medal. And once I got to the point where I was just like, it's just a medal. People just want to see it. They think that's crazy anyway. Then that's when I started to really like incorporate my own personality and just like my edits, my goofiness, stuff like that. I looked up to a lot of people and take a lot of inspiration from people like Jev, Merc, Hollow Point, all their stuff. Like I loved Hollow's old COD videos. Still love watching Merc. Still love watching Jev. And really, when Modern Warfare 2019 hit, my love for multiplayer kind of went down because the game for Respawn, S&D in that game's amazing, but for Respawn, it just wasn't that much fun. So that's when I really started to evaluate, because you can like see it in my channel. I kind of started in Black Ops 4, but I really started to evaluate my content. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna quit going for gameplays all the time. If I get something cool, I get something cool. If I don't, I'm able to make it entertaining. And so it was just more so of just thinking of longevity for myself personally, so I don't burn myself out / like overstress myself, and that I can kind of open up the like my extend like my hands into other areas of content creation, so like playing other games and whatnot, and just having fun doing other stuff.
You actually mentioned burnout there, which was a question I didn't even think about, but a very important one for content creators and streamers. I'm fairly certain everybody at some point has actually felt burnout, but have you felt burnout, and how do you actually deal with that?
I've felt burnout like multiple times. Usually it's during like the dry periods of COD. Like right now, not feeling burnt out, feeling bored, but that's completely different. Still get excited to make videos, but I definitely experienced burnout. The first time that I would say was like a major was February, the February of Black Ops Cold War. So what was that? Like last year? Would that be last year? Like last year, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I was just incredibly stressed. Everything between like caring about like YouTube numbers and video ideas and just not being super excited to record all the time and keeping myself to like man, I need to have a video every other day. I need to be recording. No time to relax. It led to me just erupting, and I wrote a tweeted it out and said, hey guys, I'm going to disappear for like a week. Ended up being 3 weeks. And then I think taking a break, tons of creators are scared to take breaks because they're afraid, oh, I don't upload it today, I'm gonna fall off, or I don't upload for a week, everyone's gonna forget about me. And while I agree, if you're doing it consistently, taking like weeks off and like only posting like 2-3 videos a month, absolutely, like that's gonna affect it. But I've started to prioritize my own like mental health and just how I'm feeling. By if I'm not feeling it, I'm not gonna rush it. There's definitely people who handle it a lot better and are able to make videos every single day. But I've noticed with me, like every other day, every 2 days is like just ideal. And it's definitely helped with the burnout, especially just being able to accept that taking 2 days off and then posting a video and then, taking a day off and posting another one isn't going to kill everything that I've worked for. And that it's just putting like a lot more like trust and faith into myself of what I've built. So, just I've experienced it a lot. I go through the ups and downs of YouTube. But I think once you're able to accept that everything's going to be fine, if you take a little bit of time off, it just helps like so much.
I think it's really one of the best things about having this series is it's not just big creators, it's also middle creators, small creators in size. So everybody is going through kind of the same wave, maybe at a different level or a different amount. But what's crazy that you were saying that the reason you yourself as a creator didn't want to take breaks was because you didn't want to kind of ruin or throw away what you've built at that point for the channel. To me, it's the opposite. It's like to get to that point, I feel like if I don't take, well, I'm fine now, but at that point, before I hit severe burnout, before it was like, I don't want to lose that traction, that little snowball, and it's a tiny snowball, but I don't want to lose that because I'm just now getting momentum.
Yeah, it's basically the way I viewed it. It's just like, everyone goes through their highs and lows at different points. Like, I would consider like my high was like Black Ops 4. And I feel like a lot of creators, a lot of new creators at the start, because I was guilty of this, struggle taking the lows. Like they get their high and they think that's how it's always gonna be, and then they hit their low. Like I used to be that guy that'd always be on Twitter like complaining about like YouTube and all that stuff, and now I'm just like, I look at my video, if it's a 10 out of 10, I'm like, hey, at least it hit X amount of views. Like
Sure.
that's kind of where I'm at like now, is like as long as it hits X amount of views, like I try to like humble myself and like be like, that's you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
And so it's more so of just like giving myself credit, even though like, you know, back in Black Ops 4 my videos were getting sometimes 300,000-400,000 views in 24 hours, but YouTube was different, gaming was different, so like there's all that stuff. And like you'll still have videos every once in a while that'll pop off, and that's what just makes like, it makes having those lows makes those videos that finally like bang, like after you have like a bad month where, you know, you're not doing so hot, and then you post a video and then it's like a 1 out of 10. It feels so great. But something that I've tried to do is just not look at those numbers and look at stuff even when they're a high, because then you get that dopamine and then you keep searching for that, and then when the next one's not a 1 out of 10, you just let right back down. The ups and downs of Burnout, I think, just it's a mixture of I personally think right now Call of Duty multiplayer, which is what I love, is a very meh. It's just not it. It's just not it right now. And I love Warzone, but I only love it with a group of people, and I'm very antisocial and I don't interact with a lot of people. So it's very hard for me just to like build like a group of friends to come play with all the time. And that's on me, and it's something that I work on. Like I've been playing with other people, but it's not like as consistent as I'd like it to be.
What was your I made it moment?
Honestly, it's probably when I hit like 10,000 subscribers. That's the way I viewed it. I just viewed it, if I could get 10,000 subscribers, there's nothing going to stop me from getting like the 20,000 to 30,000. So like once I hit like 10-20,000 subscribers, and I started getting a couple videos to pop off, like around that time I started doing my weapon comparisons. So a mixture between like the 10 to 20,000 range, and then when I got my first 100,000 viewed video, I was just like, I wouldn't say that was like my prime I made it, but that was like the tipping point where I was just like, okay, I think I'm making it. And then like getting to 100K and getting my first million viewed video, that's when it kind of all like really like set in. And it still doesn't, like, I still like question a lot of things. I'm always just like, it's like, this is really me, this is what I'm doing, like, why do people watch me? So like it's still like I don't know, it's still also so surreal with what I get to do. But I'd say like the first moment where I like really like fully like realized that I could do this was like 10 to 20,000 subscribers.
You're off the setup, you're doing your thing. What do you do yourself to wind down?
I play either I hang out with like my dogs, which they're not in camera, but they're sleeping. I either go out and like play with them, hang out with my girlfriend, and like me and her go do things between like, we'll go longboarding and like skateboarding around, or rock climbing, just going out on dates and going out to eat, or just sitting at home and watching TV. But for like me personally, if it's just me, it's playing an excessive amount of World of Warcraft, way too much, and an unhealthy amount that like I need to stop. It 100% affects my YouTube sometimes because I'm playing it so much, but it's just a game that I love to play, and it's like the only game that I refuse to stream. I refuse to do anything. Like, it's not a game that you make content on, it's a game that you stream, and it's one of those games that I just want to keep it separate from everything. It's a game I played since I was a kid, right next to Call of Duty, and it's just, that's like my wind down, is just to sit there and just play either WoW or hang out with like girlfriend, dogs, and go just chill.
That is the questions out of the way, but there is one final one that I've started to do. I am the interviewer, now I will be the interviewee. Is there a question that you would like to ask me?
What made you start the wind down?
I'm a very socially anxious person. I'm a very awkward fella. For some reason, when I started at content creation and streaming, there was a voice in the back of my head going, this interview idea, that it's not happening as much in your level, which is very, very low, probably bottom of the barrel at that point. I was thinking to myself, there's not anybody on my level that's doing interviews, and let's see how far I can do it, and let's see how big I can get in the sense of the series and who I can get on and all that kind of stuff. Like, let's see. And then eventually I hit up a friend, Moab, who's in Carnage, and he thankfully agreed. If he wouldn't have said yes first time, I would have been like, I'm good. I don't want to do this ever again. And then from there, I just built on, and I kept doing it. And then I got a little bit more confident, got some new graphics, and then from there, it was just literally a voice in my head saying, this might be an idea, but it's very much the opposite of who I was. Very anxious first.
Yeah.
Putting myself out there, hitting people up, and sitting in a call with people that I've watched for a good number of years, like yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have an out of body experience and you pinch yourself like, what about 5 years ago, Scott? What would he think? So no,
that's awesome.
That was it. And with that being said, thank you so much, Dysmo, for coming on the Wind Down. Thank you guys for watching / listening. Is there anything else that you'd like to say, promote, share?
No, my mind's blank.
Cool. That's us.